Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So today my friend and me are going to give presentation for our law assignment. We will use PowerPoint slide to give the presentation. So before we go to our presentation slide, let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Awfar Berizwan.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Muazafi bin Muhammad Zubir.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Idris bin Muhammad Lee.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Adib Haikal bin Muhammad Azrul Hisham.
Okay, here is our question. So we are required to explain for these three questions. For question 1 will be explained by Mukris and Adib. For question 2 will be explained by me, Awfar. And for question 3 will be explained by Muaz. Before we start with question number 1, let me give the introduction of the resources of Malaysian law. There are two resources in Malaysian law, which is unwritten law and written law. And in the court jurisdiction in Malaysia, it can divide into two jurisdictions. The first one is jurisdiction which deal with civil matters, and the second one is the jurisdiction which deal with criminal matters.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. I will present question 1. Answer of question 1. Okay. Resources of Malaysian law. Written law. Written law refers to the Malaysian law which is made by former legislative bodies. It includes constitution, legislation and subsidiary legislation or delegated legislation. Federal Constitution. Federal Constitution means a federal constitution is the supreme or highest law of the federation in Malaysia. It is the main source of law in Malaysia and is used by the entire country. State Constitution. State Constitution is the law made by state assemblies, state legislature, to govern her own state, but any state law that is against the federal constitution is null and void. Legislation. Legislation is the law enacted by Parliament. It is used throughout Malaysia and it is known as Act. For example, Parent Act. Law enacted made by State Assembly. It only can be used in specific state and it is known as enactment for Peninsula, Malaysia and Sabah. However, in Sarawak it is known as ordinance. Subsidiary legislation or delegated legislation. Proclamation, regulation, order or law, rules are examples of laws made by the executive body or person authorized by the legislative body. It is mainly legislated by ministers and local authorities for the purpose of carrying into effect the provision of the Act. Okay, that's all from me.
I would like to talk about unwritten law. What is unwritten law? Unwritten law is the law not made by formal legislative bodies. It has three: English law, case law such as judicial decision, and convention. Okay, let's talk about English law. The application of English law in West Malaysia, Sabah, and Sarawak is different. However, the application will be unlimited by two factors, which is the absence of local status of specific subject and the apply only to the extent that it suits the local circumstances. Next, judicial law. Case law is established by decision of a highest court judge after a trial. In case law, the judge will be unable to make decision on their own because they are bound by the doctrine of judicial presence, where whenever a judge makes a decision in a trial, the judge must follow the prior judge's decision if the fact is the previous case are similar to the case. Lastly, convention. Customs are established and commonly accepted method of action or behaving that are unique to a given culture, location, or time. Examples of a custom are adat pepatih and adat temanggung. That's all. Thank you.
So now for question number 2, So, the issue of this case is, which court have the right jurisdiction to civil dispute the case involving the mother of Emilia Charlton, which is Andrea Charlton, and the Kastulisiwa Haven Resort. So, in this case, what happened in this case is, Andrea Charlton want to sue the Kastulisiwa Haven Resort due to their negligence for their lack of safety measures that causing the disappearance of her daughter and resulting to her death. So, the right court that have the jurisdiction to civil dispute this case is High Court. Why is High Court? Because in High Court, their original jurisdiction is they can hear the case with the unlimited amount of claim, where in this case, and the settled claim about her missing child and feel that a result shall aggravate and fix their lack of safety measures. So this thing will not be repeated twice, where because their negligence and the lack of their safety measures caused the disappearing of Emilia Charlton and resulting to her death. So from this, Andrea Charlton also have the right to sue the Kastulisiwa Haven Resort due to their negligence. So what is the suitable amount of range Andrea Charlton can sue to the Kastulisiwa Haven Resort? So the suitable range is from RM 10 million to 100 million. It might be huge, but because this case is not involved with only the negligence of the Kastulisiwa Resort, but it involved with that matters, where the negligence of the resort caused not only the disappearance of the child, but resulting to her death. And this is not also a trivial matter because it gave a huge impact to the victim family. So, if Andrea Charlton want to sue the Kastulisiwa Haven Resort, she can go to High Court because they can hear this case, since their jurisdiction is they can hear the case with the unlimited of claim. So, conclusion of this case is High Court is a suitable court that can hear this case, since their original jurisdiction is they can hear the case with the unlimited amount of claim. That's all for question number 2. Now, let's go to question number 3.
This is question number 3. Explain on which court that have criminal jurisdiction to try case involving Daniel Kasman. Based on the question, we can get the issue, which is which court has jurisdiction to try the case involving Daniel Kasman. Before I go more specific, let's know what is court jurisdiction. Court jurisdiction is one of the power to try to or hear a case bring before the court. Every court has criteria to make the case place date at the place. In juridical system, it is divided into two, higher court and lower court. The higher court is the bigger case about civil, criminal and law. For example, in high court, they have power to hear criminal case with unlimited jurisdiction. Now, let me give you some example. In 2003, Ahmad Najib Aris was killed killing on at Petaling Jaya. Based on the case, High Court decided that Ahmad Najib Aris was sentenced to death under Section 302 of the Penal Code. So, we can relate that case with Daniel Kasman, which is he has fought guilty for the offensive of murder and was sentenced to death under Section 302 of Penal Code. So, the best court to try case involving Daniel Kasman is High Court. The case cannot be brought to another court because only in a High Court they have power to hear criminal case with unlimited jurisdiction. So, if another Charlton bring into another court, this case will be rejected. That's all from me. Now, I will back to Aufa.
Okay, thank you, Muaz. So now, our conclusion on this presentation is we can conclude that the case of Emilia Charlton can be solved with the help of the administration of law in Malaysia, the source of Malaysian law, and the judicial system in Malaysia. That's all for our presentation. So with this presentation, we hope that it can increase your knowledge about the judicial system in Malaysia, the source of Malaysian law, and the administration of law in Malaysia. That's all for today. Thank you.